And now the moment is here. The cars have been fired. There is $100,000 going to be handed out, but to which JFR driver?
You know, Mike, now these two have each other. It would be a normal fun and games deal for them for 100 grand. No big deal. John Force Racing is going to take it home. But Robert doesn't want to race John first round tomorrow. So
doesn't change anything. Qualifying is set.
Right.
That's right.
See what happens when I don't pay attention? Yeah. What were they paying you guys for? You're supposed to be watching me.
Well, Robert didn't know either. He thought, yeah, I got to go up there and stay shallow. Hell, he can go put the top light in and don't care.
Well, then this could get ugly.
Yeah, but, you know, I'll tell you what, the only time that Robert Hight and John Force raced in a shootout was in Robert's rookie year, 2005. It was in the first round when he was able to beat the boss with a 482 to a 491 back when they raced a quarter mile.
Well, what is at stake for John Force? The opportunity to become the first two-time Traxxis shootout winners. This is the third time Traxxis has been the sponsor of the specialty event. For Robert Hight, he wants to be the third different Traxxis winner in 3 years while grabbing his first ever specialty race payday.
What do you think, Mike? They're going to run O's, or they're going to both smoke the tires? Be a pedal fest.
You know, I mean, the conditions are there. It looks like we're getting some kind of cloud cover out there. And we just saw an 05 by Tommy. We saw an 09 by Cruz, who was on even a better run than that.
Fun with 100 grand on the line. Here
Robert
we go.
took a chunk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and Robert is ready.
42.
The boss is going to get it done.
Holy moly.
4.061 worth $100,000. John's 8th specialty win.
John went in shallow and Robert took a chunk, and John is the winner.
Who'd have saw that coming?
It takes swapped roles.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I mean, John might have rolled it a little bit, but like you said, it was pretty shallow. Maybe 1/100th of a second he might have put it in. Like you said, Robert Hight was probably in about 3 or 400ths of a second deep. You watch when that light comes on, you just let that car roll a little bit more. You're going to get a better reaction time, but boy, it kills your elapsed time.
And the reaction at the starting line, the AAA crew bummed. But for John Force's Castrol crew and Jimmy Prock, they're proud.
You better believe they're proud. And Jimmy, what's it mean to you and your guys to tune John to this win?
It's a very big deal. You know, you have to thank Traxxis for this. This is an important thing for our sport. It's nice for them to put up the money. You know, everybody works hard for this, and it was a good win for us, and thank you.
Well, John Force Racing certainly been on a roll as of late. 5 straight finals heading into that Brainerd final that he came up oh so closely short to Ron Capsian, but now he's got a $100,000 payday. That'll offset things.
And you can't give Jimmy Prock too many shots at this racetrack, because now I think he's got his bearings for tomorrow.
And remember, it is a preview of that round 1 matchup, because John will have to take on Robert again tomorrow morning in final eliminations of the 60th Chevrolet Performance U.S. Nationals.
A little calm, isn't he?
Very calm, very subdued. But then again, it was a teammate in the other lane, and we all know John has a hard time getting up for his teammates normally. Not that time. He got the Prock rocket for sure. Gary Gerald.
Helmet comes off. John, they're going to run you right over here with that magnificent trophy. That trophy, by the way, has gone on a diet, guys. Last year, it weighed 65 pounds. They've hollowed out the inside of it. It now weighs only 48 pounds. That'll be easier for John Force to heist. Meanwhile, he's over here waving at Robert Hight. He wants him to come over here. John, we need you to get up here on this stand for the presentation. Come on, big fella. Congratulations to Robert. I'm going to take Robert up there. Robert's saying, I don't know. All right. How badly did you want this, boss?
You always wanted. Just a lot of things here that I don't understand. You know, Jenkins put up $100,000 with Traxxis. And we're a family here. That's why I want Auto Club and my son-in-law in this picture. We fight the fight. Just, we end up racing each other tomorrow morning, it looks like. You know what I'm saying? I don't quite understand how that works, but we'll talk to Graham. NHRA is always fair. But on behalf of all of our sponsors, I don't know what'd you run, Robert?
17. Slow down.
Okay, but we work together.
To you.
Mike Neff works with Jimmy Prock, Dean Antonelli, Todd Smith, Douglas, Daniel Hood. All these guys are one team. That's why we win. And we don't like to lose. He don't like to lose. I didn't like losing the Caps. But at the end of the day, Auto Club are one of our best partners. Gave us a 5-year deal with Robert Hight. Castrol's trying to put stuff back together. We don't know where we're going with the manufacturer. But right now, Pete's come on board with us. And of course, Traxxis with Courtney. And I've been running my tail off all weekend. And that's what I do. Maybe I ought to get out of the seat of the car, and that's where John Force ought to be. Maybe I ought to be doing what I should be doing, finding money and protecting my drivers for the future. So, Traxxis, Mike Jenkins, thank you for this $100,000. This goes to the players and the families of John Force Racing, and it's the guys at the shop and Robert Hight that leads my deal, because I'm getting there. They've just about wore me out this weekend, I'll tell you.
Well, get up there and savor that trophy. The fireworks will begin. Well done, John.
One last thing.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Robert. My granddaughter, Autumn, said to me, Grandpa, I want Dad to win. And if you don't, I said, she said, I want that trophy. Well, baby, we got that trophy, because I'm going to give it to you. Okay.
Thank you. Good job.
Of course, what John is referring to is the fact that after the second round of the Traxxis shootout, that was their last qualifying pass. It doesn't matter. None of the numbers would have changed things anyway. And what it all boils down to is numbers 1 and 2 in the points. The finals of this Traxxis shootout also race round 1.
Yeah, I went back and looked at the top 12 carryover, the final round, not counting everything. It didn't matter. They were going to match up in the first round regardless.
So a happy time for John Force, although reflective about taking out his teammate. Meanwhile,